You want the fan on? Is that better? Cool. Is that the wrong button? No, that's right. Okay. There, you got the fan. Ellie's just kind of sad. When she's sad, she likes that fan on. Makes her very happy. Anyway, hola muchachos, welcome back to my channel. I loved the idea of this video. I thought it'd be really helpful and really cool, maybe if you're like a newer mom or you're a mom that's just kind of wanting to minimalize some of your mom things. This video, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of well-known like baby items from like newborn to like an older baby. Maybe even some of these are considered like toddler or even like kid items that I don't own and have maybe never owned before. I feel like nowadays when you do your gift registry, I guess, if you're like a newer mom or you're expecting a boy after a girl or vice versa, your gift registry will kind of recommend some things that you can put on. And for the most part, even though the items may be really nice to have, they're not really realistic for everyone, or not everyone will get a lot of use out of them. So today I'm just going to share with you guys 10 items that I do not own as a mom of a 3-month-old, a 1-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything. So I hope you guys like this video. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. This video isn't meant to make you as a mom feel bad if you own one of these things, half of these things, or all of these things. That's not what this video is meant for. We're all different moms and we all have different kids with different needs. And certain items will really cater to our kids, and it's good to buy those items or invest in them. But for me, these items never worked for me, whether I've used them or they never appealed to me when I heard about them or did my research on them. So that's just a disclaimer. Let me know if you use any of these items or if you also have not found much need to purchase these as well. I hope you guys like this video. Ellie is my special guest in the background. She's just playing with her little IKEA gym. Try to stay focused on me, but if you get kind of bored in this area, you can look at this fuzzy blob, which is my baby, and enjoy. Anyway, let's get started. First thing I've never owned is a baby monitor. There could be a couple reasons for this. Firstly, we live in a small space, therefore I don't feel much of a need to have a baby monitor because I feel like even behind closed doors, my babies are somehow being monitored. In a sense, I know some things can happen in silence, and that's totally true. My 3-month-old baby, Elizabeth, still sleeps in my sight. At nighttime, she still sleeps in a bassinet beside us, so my eye is always on Ellie, and then my kids, they nap in the same room and they're happy there, and I never have an issue at all. Secondly, baby monitors honestly, they kind of freak me out. I have had friends who have had their baby monitors hacked, and it's just kind of creepy and weird to me. I know that any sort of electronic device can be hacked, whether it's your phone or your computer, but specifically to hack into a baby monitor, it just makes me nervous because that's directly showing your baby. But for the most part, I've just found no need for a baby monitor. I like the ability to close the door on my kids, let them nap, do their thing, and I can almost, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I can almost shut off from them for a little bit so I can get some work done, because there's always stuff that I gotta do. Next is the diaper genie, or just diaper genie-esque type of products, where you can take your diaper and put it into the bag and the sealer thing, and it keeps the diaper in there and it doesn't stink up the rest of your room or your house. This I never found a need for, because as soon as my kid has pooped in their diaper, it goes outside in the outside garbage bin. I never keep it inside, ever. It's just something that naturally we always just right away put it outside. My son Calvin is cloth diapered all the time at home and sometimes out and about, and his cloth diapers as well are stored outside, and that just seemed to be the best place for them, therefore I didn't need a diaper genie. Next is the stroller car seat attachment. So when you have like a little baby and you have them in like the baby car seat, a lot of the time there's an attachment that you put onto your stroller where you can put the car seat right onto the stroller without having to unbuckle them. I'm a huge baby wearer, and for the most part, when I'm out and about with my kids, I like to be wearing Elizabeth. So I always take her out of her car seat and I put her in the carrier, and she's nice and close to me. She loves being worn. So I've never had that extra stroller attachment. And then also, if I do want to put her in the stroller, I do have a double stroller that works really well for like newborns to like ages 5. So I can also put her in the double stroller if I need to, Calvin as well, and then Ivy will walk beside me. Next is like a bottle warmer or bottle mixer. This is more directed towards the mamas that will do formula for their little babes. I'm a breastfeeding mama, but once in a while I have given Ellie formula because my milk supply is either really low and she's been on my breast for hours and she doesn't get anything, so I will just go ahead and put together some formula for her. But I feel like I can get the job done really easy and quickly regularly, especially because it's just a once in a while thing that I'll give her formula. As for a bottle warmer, we do have frozen breast milk, but I'll just heat it up in like a thing of hot water, and that's enough to thaw it, and then she's able to have it if someone else is looking after her. So never had much need for that, but I think if I was more of a formula feeding mama, then that would probably be something I would invest in. Next is any sort of self-rocking like bassinet or little bed for your babe. I did have one for maybe a couple weeks when Ivy was really little because she was extremely colicky, and that was the only thing that I could actually put her down and she would be kind of soothed by the movement of this self-rocking like chair. But as soon as I realized that she liked being worn in the baby carrier, I gave that away to someone, and then I just wore her all the time. My son Calvin and my baby girl Ellie, I just don't use that stuff. I never found it to be very helpful for them. All my kids are really into me wearing them, which has been really beautiful, but also for the most part, if I need to put them down, they go onto the couch, they go onto the floor, depending on how old they are and if they're rolling or not. And it's nice, I just don't have an extra thing that takes up more space in my smaller house. Next, talking about some things that I don't want to take up more space in my house, those big kind of bouncing fitness things for babies. I don't know the exact name. This is just too big and bulky for my space, especially because I already have a jolly jumper that I can just hook up onto the wall or into like a door frame, and you can just put it up there. When you're all done, you take it down. It's probably this big in storage, and that works really well for me. I know on those like fancy little chairs and stuff, they have a lot of things that babies can reach out and touch and light up, but I was never really into that, and I find that it doesn't bounce very well anyways versus the jolly jumper. And let me just say it again, I don't have space, and that takes up a lot of space. Next, and this isn't really pertaining, well, I guess it kind of is pertaining to babies, but a nursing bra. I've had 3 children and I've nursed all of them, and I have never owned a nursing bra. The Nix wear bras are really nice. Any sort of sports bra, I just found I didn't need anything that I had to like unclip and put down and clip back up. I didn't think that I needed that. And to be honest, I've never owned one. Maybe if I owned one, I'd be like, this is amazing, but it's easy just for me to like pull it down and put it back up again. I don't find that it stretches out any of my bras at all that like movement. So I've never actually owned a nursing bra, and I'm completely fine with that. Next is a breast pump. I've never even thought about owning a breast pump. I'm someone who will hand express. I can easily just honestly hold on to my breast, and I can express milk into a bag or a bottle or even into my baby's mouth if they're just kind of having a hard time latching for that little bit, and just kind of squirt it out. It's very simple for me. I found it also nice early on when you first get your milk in and you're just really engorged. Using your hand, it just really kind of massages your breast, and it gives a lot of relief in that area. So never owned a breast pump. A lot of people are very surprised when they hear that, because I feel like everyone and their mother has owned a breast pump, but I never did, and to be honest, I never will. Next is baby food. I have owned baby food, don't get me wrong, but I don't really ever buy baby food. I'm someone that makes it. I love going to the store and picking out apples and potatoes and beans and mixing it and mashing it together and giving it to my kids myself instead of buying like the packaged stuff. Once in a while, when my babies start eating like solid foods, I'll buy some maybe once or twice every few months, just for like ease sake, whether I'm out and about or something. But for the most part, I just really liked making my own. I could freeze it and store it really easily. I could make it up really easy. It was really cheap. So I guess I never really buy like store baby food. I've just always made it myself. I even have the reusable pouches as well, and reusable little cups, and maybe about 2 or 3 months and we can get going on that again. Lastly is a baby bathtub. I've never had use for a baby bathtub. It's another thing that kind of takes up space, and to be honest, I had one for a little bit with Ivy, and it was just kind of really awkward to bathe her, and she didn't like it whatsoever. I got rid of it and just started bathing her in the normal bathtub. I just put a towel down and she lays down, or she laid down. I guess I do that with Elizabeth now, and that was the easiest way for me to bathe my baby. The towel is really soft, it's easy to drain, it's less mess to clean up, and it's another thing, I guess it's kind of a luxury, but for me, it didn't make much sense, and I didn't mind just using my regular old bathtub instead. I'm pretty sure that's it. I think that is the 10 baby-ish items that I have never used for the most part. There's been a couple I have used, tried, didn't like, and I was even thinking maybe I should do like my top 10 baby items that I love, But to be honest, I'm so basic. Like, I'm just like, they need diapers, clean clothes, a stroller. Like, I'm super, super basic. I work with what I got, and I find that to be the easiest and the cheapest and the most minimal for me. But maybe I could think of some sort of like extremely basic baby essentials. I don't know. Would you guys want to see that? Let me know in a comment down below. But as for now, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you liked it. And again, let me know down below. What are you? Do you really like having a lot of like the mama must-haves and gadgets, or do you like to stay a little more minimal? Either way is awesome. Every mom is different. All kids are different. Do what works the best for you. I always preach that, and I truly do believe that. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.